Yeah, like I really, if we ever make money, I'm going to invest in wire-free microphones and headphones.
Oh, yeah. Thought they'd put a little hair tie. I mean, it's not a big deal either.
Yeah. Look at that positivity. It's hot in here.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that... I feel loud, but okay.
You sound good.
Okay.
Hi, Kat. Hello, listeners. It is... I guess it doesn't really matter what day it is.
No, because it comes out a different day.
Yeah.
Is this going to be episode 64?
Yes, it is. And so we're going to do just a little catch up first for our bonus. This was the first weekend in a long time that I didn't see you at all.
Kat was upset about that.
Kat is always upset when he doesn't see you. What's up, Kat? How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Chill. A lot of food. That's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
We cooked fish tacos for Michael's parents for a late Mother's Day, or for Michael's mom, but late Mother's Day.
Delicious.
They came out really good.
It's one of my favorite meals.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
There's not much to note
I
on
can
the
see-
weekend.
I can see your brain going back through the
Well,
weekend.
we just hung
thinking,
out. Oh, I mean, we did some gardening. Michael's mom brought us a few nice potted plants.
Oh.
Mostly I'm excited about the pots, like bigger
Yeah.
pots. So we had been there a couple of weeks ago and she was taking me around the house saying like,
I feel like you get a lot of pots from them.
lately we have, I mean, not usually, but past month, the
nice.
couple in our front yard. And then
Yeah.
when we were there a couple of weeks ago, she was walking me around saying, do you have a place for this? It needs a better plant parent. I guess she's just like not taking good care of them. So yeah, we got some cool plants, but mostly cool
Pots.
pots.
Yeah, that's worthwhile because the
Yeah.
pots are so expensive.
So expensive.
I know. My sweet potato plant, I think, it has seen its day.
Why? Oh, it's just done?
Well, I'll show you when we're done. But like at the bottom, like it's like doesn't look like it's going to grow anymore. So
Well, I wonder if it's annual. I mean, can you say that about vegetables?
I don't know.
Vegetables.
I never
annuals
planted a vegetable before, to be
versus
honest.
perennials. You've never planted tomatoes?
Oh, yeah, I guess I did have a tomato plant in Georgia. Yeah, that's true. I was never very good at keeping them alive. It was like always overwatered, underwatered.
Probably overwater.
Yeah, that's
here at least because it's so dry, right?
Yeah, so you think you need to water more than you do. Well, I didn't water the sweet potato plant for a while after Michael was here, whatever weekend that was, because he was like, you're probably overwatering it. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to water it for a
now
while.
maybe you're underwatering
I know,
it.
that's what I thought too. People
Or
are
maybe
like...
it just ran its course.
Yeah, that's
maybe
what I
it's
was
ready
thinking.
to be plucked.
Maybe. I wonder if there's a lot of potatoes down there under the soil.
Well, yeah, I don't really understand. Well, we'll
I
just
don't either.
pull it up because
Yeah.
it already was a potato. So like,
Yeah.
are you just planting it for the visual plant?
Well, that's
Or
what
is it-
I was doing.
Yeah,
but
I think-
Michael, I think, said like, well, how do you think potatoes become more potatoes?
I don't really know.
I don't either. And that concludes the gardening section of this podcast. I went to the movies for the first time ever in Tucson this weekend.
Ever.
I mean, maybe I've been
Since
to
you've
the...
moved back.
Since I've moved back. I maybe
Okay.
had been to the movies like 20 years ago here. I honestly couldn't remember. But...
I'm guessing in college you went at one point.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Did you go to
We went to
Roadhouse?
Roadhouse. Yeah.
Cool.
We went...
What'd you see?
The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt.
Yeah, you guys had talked about that.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. It was a little like Friday night. I stayed home by myself and like, you know, I didn't have drinks all last week because I, you know, usually will see, you know, either record with you and have some cocktails or I'll see Mark for dinner one night during the week. And last night I did not see either.
You really
of you.
highlighted that one night. Like,
Sometimes
don't
two.
blame your drinking on myself or Mark either, by the way.
It did sound like I was doing that.
It did.
I did not intend for it to be that way. I mean that when I'm home by myself, I generally will not have drinks because I'm more of a social drinker. And one person to me is social enough to have drinks. So that is no one's fault, or there's no fault at all. But the whole point of saying that is that Saturday night we went out to dinner and I hadn't had any drinks since the previous weekend. So like,
did you go to the movies that night too?
No, we went to the movies the next morning.
Oh, good.
But
Sunday morning.
Yeah. So we went out Saturday night, like drinks really hit me hard. And then Sunday morning we got up and went to Snooze and had drinks at 7:30 in the morning. And then went to the movies and brought flasks and had drinks at the movies.
Just 'cause it's kind of expensive if you want to drink.
We ordered one drink and then just continued pouring it in.
Sure.
And so by like Sunday afternoon, I was just drunk. I had been drunk
Sounds
for
like it.
24 hours. But it was really fun. I had not been to Roadhouse. It's super nice.
Yeah, it's
like,
cool.
Really comfortable seats. I
like to go in the morning.
I liked it a lot.
Was it crowded Sunday morning?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
It kind of was.
Monday I know Mark works Monday, but that's been the best. Like Monday
that's
morning.
a good idea. Yeah.
Or we were going to go to Snooze on Monday. Because I've never been. Michael's never been.
Really? It's like it's a very generic breakfast place. However,
it's close.
It's really
and it's
good. And the cocktails are like, so we always sit at the bar and Mark got espresso martinis, but he said, I don't want it in a martini glass. I want it over ice. Super strong. And I get the blood orange mimosa because it is a little champagne, a shot of vodka, a shot of orange liqueur. It is like boozy and delicious.
Well, let's change the title of this to Alcoholic Sundays.
Right? It's real. Oh my God, I have so many suggestions. And then they always have a pancake of the week. And so we always get that as an appetizer.
We're not getting that.
I know, that's right. Yeah, I forgot Michael doesn't like sweets.
Even me, I'm not big on, unless it's late night, I'm not getting something. But yeah, anyways, it's right there. We were going to go, but I woke up and I felt kind of
sinusy.
But that passed. But we say we're going to go Monday of next week. Who knows?
Oh, it is quite good. We hadn't been in a while. We were going like every week for a minute there.
You guys like a brunch.
Yeah.
Do you ever get pastries at brunch?
I do not.
Does Mark, though? He introduced pastries.
No.
I feel like.
Yeah, he did. We were going there and the waitress / bartender who was always behind the bar when we would go, I'm not going to say her name, not that she listens to this, but just in case, because she was very, very nice. But, she kind of recognized us and she was like, oh, yeah, you guys were here last weekend. You get that? And then she we would chit chat with her, whatnot. And then one weekend, it got a little bit too deep.
I feel like you've said, I don't know where you're going, but I feel like you've said this.
Oh, on the podcast?
I feel like it, but go ahead.
Yeah, she really
about her. She's pregnant.
Yep.
Yeah, you must have.
Yeah, baby daddy, 3 kids. I actually don't totally remember. We were having cocktails, but it was and I was kind of like, oh, and I'm sorry. It was like a real intense amount of information and conversation for like 8:00 on a Sunday with someone that I don't know. And so after that, the next time we thought about going, we were like,
sit at a booth.
I don't know if we really want to deal with that. But this time we went and she was waiting tables. She was not behind the bar. It was a new girl.
God, I hope she doesn't listen.
I know.
I don't know who this is, but I hope she doesn't.
She's very nice. It was just like a lot for breakfast conversation with a stranger.
Understood. I'll be sitting at a booth.
Yeah, so that was...
Was the movie good? Fall Guy?
It was pretty good. Mark really liked it, surprisingly. It was very like satirical and kind of like sarcastic. Mm-hmm. I thought it was pretty good. I'm not a hard sell on really any movie, though. I could find most movies I could enjoy enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hold on. Hold that thought. I'm going to go let Henry in.
What did you guys order besides the pancake and the booze?
I always get either something called bravocado toast or Bellini Benedict or something. Basically, they're both kind of like eggs Benedict. One doesn't have the hollandaise sauce on it. It's just this big multigrain bread with avocado, pepper jam, and eggs.
Yeah.
And they have a great like arugula salad. They put pepitas in it. And it's this great Dijon dressing. Oh my God.
You sold me
delicious.
on everything except for the pepitas. And
Really?
they're not even sweet. I like
No, they're not
pepita.
at all.
No, I know.
I had never had them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like pepitas here on the side in a teeny bowl, salted but
Not on a salad.
I don't know. I don't think I like any nuts on a salad.
I generally am with you. I don't really like a nut, a raisin, a strawberry,
No, none of those.
apples. I don't like any of that shit in my salad. But yeah, it's good. Mark got I don't know, corned beef hash something. Yeah, I will be excited to hear when you guys go. What you think?
It's hard to motivate us to go.
Yeah.
Neither of us I guess we do because we made we do brunch at home. I don't know. I'm not huge on brunch.
I'm not a big brunch person.
At home, it's like, fine, let's cook, get up a storm and make it a deal.
That's the thing. I'm not a huge brunch person. We were there at 7:30 in the morning. So I like a breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't really want to eat a heavy meal at 11 o'clock in the morning, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm just not a big go out breakfast brunch, whatever. I
No.
kind of push it all in the same category.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like it when I do, usually.
Yeah.
I also like late night breakfast, but anyways, that's getting off topic.
Is there a non-topic?
I don't know.
I was going to tell you about Indiana's vet experience because I did post something on our Instagram, I don't know, the other day when we got home from the vet. I was just filming her outside. She was being cute. I mentioned like that the vet said that she may have mental illness, like in complete seriousness. She said that it took her for her, next round of shots, her rabies shot or whatever, and her kennel cough and all that shit. And she was incredibly nervous the entire time we were there. Really.
Was she the first time?
No.
Well, that's the thing, though. I remember the first time I took Pilot to the vet. He's all, where are we going?
Right.
And then they know.
Right. Well, and that's what Shannon said. She's like, well, she probably remembers the smells and that we like knocked her out and took out her insides and it's a bad experience.
Well, hopefully she doesn't remember that part, but yes.
Right.
She remembers that it wasn't fun.
Right. And so she was very obviously nervous, very jumpy. And they were like, we're going to muzzle her when we give her the shots just in case. And I said, that's fine. And thank goodness they did. Because, and Shannon is so great. She got down on the floor with her. She's sitting down on the floor with her. So is the other nurse. And, Indiana wouldn't even take treats from these nurses. Like, she was terrified.
You're speaking to someone who knows.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been there with Pilot, and he almost passes out from foaming at the mouth when they try to cut his nails.
Oh, gosh, I can't even imagine.
He used to shit on the floor when he was a puppy.
Well,
Which is fine. They're scared.
She didn't poop, but she did expel her anal glands all over the floor, which is even worse. It smells so bad. Yeah, it's really gross.
Did you see it or you just smelled it?
Saw little bits of droplets of it, but a lot of it is just smell, almost
Doesn't
like a
that
skunk
mean
thing.
She needs to have them squeezed or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I used to have to do that when I was grooming dogs. Small dogs generally get them impacted and need them squeezed. Bigger dogs generally don't. It's never an issue until then. And then it's just kind of this gas. It's really bad. But Shannon was taking her time with her, whatnot. She had the muzzle on and she had 3 shots to give her in the butt. And I'm petting her and goes to give her the first one. And Indiana jumped so far, tried to turn around and bite her and screamed like a small child.
Well, that's why they put the muzzle.
And Shannon was like, that was a huge overreaction. I can't tell if this dog she probably has anxiety and they gave me some medication for her. But she was also like, I think that she, dogs have chemical imbalances. They are mentally ill sometimes. And she might just be a little bit mentally ill. And that, and then we can medicate her. I was like, well, how do we know? And she's like, well, you need to spend 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night training her, keep her in her crate. She was like, don't let this dog do anything without you telling her to. If you call her and she doesn't come the first time, she goes in the crate. and then you try it again later. If you ask her to sit or get off the couch or anything and she doesn't do it immediately, she goes in the crate. And I was like, but I thought you weren't supposed to use the crate for punishment. And she's like, well, you don't, you use it for punishment briefly.
Or
timeouts.
Your human brain needs to change it to, it's not punishment, it's training.
Right. Exactly. That's absolutely correct. Yeah. So I haven't.
But is that realistic for you? Because if I was there, I would have maybe said, if this dog was my dog, I maybe would have said like, okay, valid or whatever. And is there like a step down program? Like, is there a first step that might be more approachable for me? Because honestly, I think I know you aren't going to put her in every time she doesn't listen.
Well, no, I don't have the time or the patience to be that enforcing with training. I mean, I had her on my lap at one point and Shannon was like, I never want to see you put that dog on your lap again. Never. I was like, oh, okay, so no picking her up. And she was like, absolutely not.
Noted.
I mean, I think that getting her in a puppy class and getting her more socialized with people and dogs would be a great thing to do. Shannon told me to start using the bark collar that she should have, that her and Henry should both only bark once. And then if I say no, they stop. And Henry
does.
Henry pretty much does. Yeah.
Let's say 3.
And he comes almost immediately when I call him. So Henry's great. And I was like, well, why isn't she learning from Henry?
Well, she's also very young. And also, I don't know how, I wasn't around when Henry was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys haven't trained her much.
We haven't. But I also didn't train Henry much. And I said that to Shannon. And Shannon was like, well,
he just happened to be a better, more adaptable dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't train. I mean,
smarter.
I trained Pilot to do the shit that doesn't matter. Sit, shake, other paw, lay down,
recall,
all the way.
Like he comes immediately.
Yeah, now it's going off because he can't hear as well. But yes. But, well, put her in the puppy class.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about, I mean, not worry about it, but get her in there.
Yeah, that's what I think that's what we're going to do. Come on.
Because it's kind of, I think, I have no idea, but I think about it like a kid or an adolescent or a teenager learning a language. Their brain's still developing. Get them in there then.
100%.
Wait till she's
100%.
young middle age or middle age. May not be as easy.
Absolutely. And that, I think, was kind of the point, is that Shannon was like, she doesn't know how to communicate and function in a human world. Whereas like Henry's great in the dog world and the human world. But Shannon kept being like, she doesn't know the language, I actually think she said. Like she doesn't.
And I guess
know
if you said,
language.
how do you teach her the language? She'd say, train her, put her in training.
Yeah, she said, what we do where we make her wait before she eats her food, that's good and whatnot. But yeah, we have quite a bit of work to do. But Shannon was like, if this Xanax medicine works for her, we'll give it to you. You can give it to her twice a day. It's no problem. I was like, okay.
I don't condone that, but I support
I don't either.
you.
I mean, like, I haven't given it to her today.
Shannon gave us, the first time Pilot went to the vet, he tried to run out the door before they reinforced the door, and it's right there on the
scary.
And he pushed, and then he shit on the floor. Whatever, they were fine with that. And he foams at the mouth and all this, but she had given him like doggy Xanax then, but to give
before the vet,
especially before the vet,
or
if when fireworks happen,
that's what she said.
Yeah.
She said before, fireworks, she said with the monsoons, if she's scared of that, all that stuff. So we got
every dog listener right now, or dog owner listener is like, okay, we get it.
Let's move on.
I'm not saying that to you.
Think about the non-dog owners. They've already clicked off. They're like, what are we, gardening and dogs? I don't know. That's what I have on my list. I had a really interesting recording today with Jim. We had Howie Mandel on. And Howie was at his office, I don't know, in LA. And all of a sudden, I see somebody walking up behind him. And it was Pauly Shore. And he had his dog with him. And he was like in these offices. And he just like walked on. He was like, what are you doing? And he like...
Who had his dog, Pauly Shore?
Yeah.
It was Biosphere.
Really interesting.
Biodome.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Really interesting. I was a very big Pauly Shore fan. for a while. Yeah, that's on my short list of things to discuss aside from what we're watching. But I want to hear about what happened to your fence or your front gate at your home, your neighborhood.
Let me try to be brief.
Okay.
Which means I won't be.
Sure. I'm well aware. Neither of us are. We can't be brief if we try.
Friday evening,
Mm-hmm.
I'd gotten home and Michael was working late, quote unquote late, 7 or 8, whatever. And someone came and rang my bell. And it was some guy, some younger dude who said, how do I get out of the gate? This is not unique because we live kind of in front of the gate of our gated little cul-de-sac. And so when people can't get out.
Well, because tell them how you get out.
I mean, it's not that hard. I also understand if you don't know.
If you don't know, like I wouldn't know.
I mean, at night, but it was day. Fine.
Yeah. You have to drive over a specific place.
Well, it says exit here. It's about a 3x3 square.
Yeah.
That's painted in white and it was newly painted. I also understand. So I'm not shaming him. He said, how do I get out? I just delivered whatever to whoever. Mm-hmm. And I went outside and I said, oh, you just drive right over here. And he said, oh, that's what the drive over the exit meant. So someone had put it in like the delivery instructions or something. It seems because he kind of, it like jolted his memory. Okay. He got in his car and I assumed, great. I pointed. He saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Drive over that. 10 minutes later, I go to take the trash out and he's in his car sitting on the exit here, screaming into his phone. I don't know at who.
Oh. Is it a UPS man, you said?
No. That was
Amazon?
No, I think it was like a DoorDash person.
Oh, okay.
And so I went up to him and I said, you can't get out. Like he was on the exit here and it wasn't opening. I could hear the gate whirring.
Ew, malfunction.
So I said, hang on. And I went outside and pressed in the code
How
from
nice
the outside. Well, I mean, he saw me. I couldn't, trust me, if he hadn't, I would have hurried back inside. I don't want to deal with that. Not him, just any of it.
Right.
I pressed the gate code.
Oh.
And he's like kind of freaking out. So I said, hang on. Let me contact the HOA person. Mm-hmm. Which, of course, I don't have their number because my husband is the neighborhood person. So I called him and whatever. I just rang her doorbell.
Huh?
She came out she's lovely, in her dressing gown or nightgown.
Oh. I
mean, I was right out of the shower. Like, I had to run back in and put a sweatshirt on. It was a bad scenario. And right as I said, someone's having trouble getting out the gate. It's stuck. Oh, yeah, because I pressed pound, whatever.
Right.
And then I literally went over and tried to kind of maneuver.
Oh, like physically
just a
push
little
it.
bit,
Get it a jump start.
And I said, hang on. I know I'm being long-winded. She came out, HOA lady. As she's coming out and we're walking back to the gate, this DoorDash guy gets out of his car and he is pounding and screaming, pounding on the gate. I'll show you the video, which I haven't watched except for by far a little bit with Michael. Turns out, here's what happened. Before this DoorDash or Uber Eats guy came to my door, he had delivered whatever to some house. He had tried to get out. Before he came to say, hey, I can't get out of the gate.
Right.
He had really smashed up the gate, smashed up the lamppost, thrown a rock, not even a rock, a small...
Like a small boulder.
Yeah, like I don't know what to call it, like a big rock.
Right. This is all before he came and knocked on your door. Wow.
Which I didn't know at the time, but now I do because...
Kind of aggressive.
Oh, he was super aggressive. I was kind of scared before I knew all of that. Me and the HOA lady and one other lady were trying to help maneuver the gate. There's like a way to turn it off manually and then... Because it had gotten like this. It's supposed to open like this.
Vent.
And whatever he did, so it's supposed to open like this, and he got it stuck like this.
Oh, wow.
So
That's a lot of force.
And then got off the phone. At some point, he was on the phone with his Uber Eats or whoever and was saying, I just lost my job. And we felt bad for him. We didn't know that I still feel bad for him, but we didn't know that he had caused the immense damage on the gate to not open. So he helped us at some point reopen the gate and da-da-da. The HOA woman said, take a picture of his license plate as you're getting... I went to get a hammer and a... So I did, but I was scared. He was really kind of aggressive. So
yeah.
all of that, we got it open. He said he got like fired from Uber Eats or whatever.
Why?
Because he had other food that at one point he kind of... Remember I said I got a hamburger?
That's what I was wondering.
He had not thrown, but like kind of tossed it on the... when he was still on the inside of the gate, tossed it over here.
Ooh.
Saying like, I can't deliver these.
Oh, he lost his temper.
And then he kind of got nice, I think, because obviously we were feeling bad for him.
Right.
Thinking it's not your fault.
Right. But it was his fault.
I mean, in some ways it was. If he had just come to any of the doors, gone back to whoever he delivered to, come to my house before he couldn't figure.
Yeah. I mean, like, how is it ever like one of the dogs that I walk, it's a gated community. And like, I had been like at one point it wasn't opening. I think I had punched in the code wrong. So I eventually got it. But like my first reaction or even my second or third or fourth reaction would never be to punch the gate, to throw a rock at the gate. Henry!
It's fine. Just watch.
Like, that's so intense.
She titles it DoorDash Meltdown. So you'll have to cut some of this because I don't know which is a good one. It's a good video, huh?
Wow. Who's taking this? Oh, her like outside camera.
So that's
before
he ever rang on my bell. When he...
Oh my.
You're going to have to like edit some of this.
That's fine.
So obviously whatever gate code they gave him, he goes to try and put it in.
Right.
You can see the gate's already screwed. It's supposed to...
Oh, I see. He
must have hit it.
Pushed it and it screwed it up. Wow. Even just that kind of knocking on the gate was very aggressive.
I think hopefully these aren't all this. Because that gate locks, that little walk gate.
Right.
Okay, wait. There's just... You haven't seen the best one.
Oh my God. That is like
one more.
Really
Sorry, I know you're gonna have to
aggressive.
cut some of this, but I wish I don't think she has the one of him throwing. He throws a rock at this at some point. Or somehow that breaks.
I mean, dude, go ask for help. How many times are you going to kick the gate? What is wrong with you?
I had kind of heard some noise.
This
was all before he came and he said, hey, I can't get out of the gate.
That's a crazy reaction.
Isn't it?
Like, I could understand, like, trying to push it open and being like, damn it.
Or swearing.
Yeah. And then going to ask for help.
Yeah.
But to continually do that, I mean, that was I would call that an overreaction.
And I was a little scared. Like, when I was out there before I was still scared because they were lovely, but older women that came out and like.
Wow.
I got a hamburger. It was good. But at that point, when we finally got him out, we still didn't know. We hadn't referenced because my across the street neighbor who's always in the garage.
Yeah, I do.
Guess who wasn't in there today and who wasn't there last weekend?
Is that his camera that captured that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there on the side.
Yeah.
So beware, if you ever mess around at the
gate.
The gate,
yeah.
Oh, it's all on clear camera,
That's
right?
very, very clear.
I know. Yeah. I was surprised.
Wow.
They're out of the country for a month.
Oh.
And Michael never works on this particular night late. So I was just like, why is this happening?
Yeah, that is kind
it's
of
annoying,
random,
but
because that guy is always out and Michael is generally home. And that's an interest. That is a little bit scary. Wow. Well, I'm glad it all worked out, and the gate apparently is now
the gate's
fixed.
fine.
Yeah, that's good.
But I finally connected with my neighbors after 5 years.
Oh yeah, that's
I've
nice.
Interacted with them in person.
Very good. So see, something good came out of it.
The other thing I wanted to say is we went. This is a very long intro.
Nope. No, this is a bonus episode.
Or that's what I mean.
Yeah.
We went to the Arizona Inn. Delicious. Yum.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you about it. It's not that interesting. But we... Have you ever been in there? Oh, I hadn't really either. Maybe popped in, but never...
Driven by, but no, I've never been inside, I don't think.
So lovely inside. Yeah. Restaurant, great. So cool inside. I want to stay there. But after the meal, we were kind of tooling around the hotel. And, for tourists, there's like the thing with all the... Go see this and go, the little pamphlets.
Sure.
And I picked one up, the Neon Museum.
Oh, cool. I think I've seen that advertised. I want to see that.
My father-in-law went and said it was really, he's good like that because he saw me picking up that particular pamphlet and he thought, I thought that was closed. Give me one of those. And then like the next day he went.
Cool.
And he said it was really cool.
Yeah, I would like to go see that.
A lot of photo ops and the person who owns it or works there showed them kind of the glass blowing and the neon, like the whole process. So
maybe that's a Father's Day thing with Dad. I wonder.
Yeah, it seemed pretty cool. I mean, obviously, I'm interested because I picked the pamphlet. But yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Well, me and Jenna were just watching. We like to just relax a little bit before we record and get in the groove. And so we were watching something that I probably wouldn't have put on if you weren't here. Like that would never be my first. Reality TV outside of Bravo is generally never my first choice, especially not like dating, Love is Blind or, whatever.
You might. Love is Blind. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. But this was
intriguing.
So far, we watched one episode of, what's it called? Love Undercover.
Oh, yeah, Undercover.
And it's where 5 very, very famous soccer players from,
UK soccer, not football.
Right. UK football.
Oh, yeah, you said soccer.
I said soccer, but
yeah. Okay, wait.
Same thing.
Football. UK football.
Is the same thing as soccer, yes. That was Indiana. They come to the United States and, it's a dating show. So they're being introduced to American women who have no idea that they are famous soccer players, which me and Jenna are very confused as to how the hell do these women
they confiscate their phones. And I think it must be that they keep them
isolated,
quote unquote quarantined. I still don't understand if you're even keeping them in a hotel, you take out the TV.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we'll find out because we're going to watch more of it. But
these football players change their identities in some way. They say they're undercover construction workers and ad salesmen and I guess that's it. It's not that. Yeah, it's.
I don't know where I was going with that, but
it's something to check out if you like reality TV.
Yeah, it's interesting. It definitely captured my attention for the full 45 minutes
I wish
that we
were
watched
watching it right now.
Me too. So we probably will be watching it soon. And with that, I think we will sign off of this bonus episode and get into our actual episode. And
cheers.
Yeah, I mean, I was really hoping for some emails or voicemails or reviews. Literally nothing. No emails, no voicemails, no reviews since several weeks. So,
well,
hit us, send us some stuff.
Yeah, but then don't say that because then maybe you'll take a couple weeks off.
And that's true. No, I'm not. We're sticking to it.
Send us
an email. Leave us a voicemail.
What are you watching? No, I meant the listener. I know. I'm certain I know what you're watching.
Did you see how much I perked up? Yes. Let me tell you. Yes, tell us what you're watching. Ask us questions. Tell us interesting things about your life that we could share. And that's deathxsouthwest@gmail.com. Our phone number I don't have handy, but it is in the show notes. And we're going to say goodbye and then record the episode. So thank you for listening to our gardening TV food bonus episode. And goodbye.
Night night. Death by Southwest is hosted by Jenna Schneider and Margot Carmichael.
Executive produced by Margot Carmichael.
Produced by Jenna Schneider.
Audio editing and sound design by Margot Carmichael.
Music by Soundstripe.
And a special thanks to Edward R. Murrow for letting us borrow his famous sign-off phrase, good night and good luck.